projections, right? Being needy, projections, blaming. Although I have blamed a lot of things that have happened in my life. I go back to my childhood. Clearly, I'm in control of my life today, but there's some things you cannot forget, right? And it's what you do with time that you have now and how you move forward with it. But being needy, I've seen this. I've actually been both. I have been needy, and I've been with people who have been needy. And this can affect your relationships. This can affect how you react to your real life problems at work. Relationships, it can be intimate relationships, or it can be a relationship with family. In general, right? It can really shape your personality, but it does date back to childhood. And I think, from what I understand, it's abandonment, right? If you were abandoned as a child, you didn't get the attention, there was toxicity in your household, right? And in my case, I don't hide any of that. I did experience a lot of these things as a child. But what I learned out of being needy early on and into my adulthood is that, the person that we're projecting so hard upon is they're just as human as we are. They're just as human as we are. Like, you think about it. We give them so much power and this, affixed, that if they just call me back, if they just text me back, my life, everything will be better. And we put them on a pedestal. Yeah. And this really is correlated to your dating life. For me personally, this translated to my dating life. Now, being attached, being needy can also be very prominent in other relationships as well, right? But I typically find that this happens frequently in intimate relationships. And so, how you show up for your partner, your girlfriend, or whatever your preference is, you know, it can make or break that relationship. Because at the end of the day, nobody wants to be suffocated, right? We all need our space. We all need our space. And you have to ask yourself, why am I being this needy? Why am I being this, desperate for a, a text message return? Why are you over texting? Why are you double, triple texting, right? What is it about that person? Because that person is nothing special. They're just as human as we are. In fact, that girl or guy could be texting someone else, and they may have higher interest in someone else. Because, I mean, really these days, who is faithful, right? We're all, quote unquote, cheating. We're all talking to multiple people. And yes, I have a beautiful Colombian girlfriend. Do I fully, wholeheartedly trust her? No, which is why she's not going to be my wife. She's a good girlfriend, and we've had 1 year together, and things right now are going really well. We have a New Year's plan coming up, but I'm clearly well aware that wife material is hard these days, right? And so you have to accept the fact that no one is perfect. Our neediness is stemming from the fact is something we're lacking in our personal lives, and then we haven't worked on. Codependency, that's a big one, right? Trauma, and then trying to project so hard on that person to fulfill areas of our life, and making up lost time, making up lost memories, or an emotional sort of a tag on, or they are fulfilling your emotional needs. One person cannot be all things in that sense. If you're being needy, if you're not getting the response you desire, that just means you need to pull back. That just means you need to pull back. One of the things I'm going to practice more, and I can do a better job going into 2025, is matching the energy. matching the effort. You have to put in the work, right? Both of you have to be willing to be there. You both want to be there for each other, in a sense that you are just as excited to see her as she is excited to see you. And in my case, this is what I'm experiencing right now in my current relationship with my girlfriend. Um, but it's also a very interesting time, because 1 year you start assessing, right? Do I want to be with you for another 6 months, 3 months, right? Before you know it, it's 2 years. And it's very normal to break up after 1 year, because people they just find reasons to break up, and you just want to see other people. It's very normal, folks. These things happen. These things are very normal, to wanting to take a break, per se, and wander off. I mean, us humans, are we really designed to stick with one person for the rest of our lives? I don't know. Some of this I talk about in my other videos, about why I opted to never marry. And I can already sense, like in the current relationship, if I propose, if I give it the ring, I can already feel myself. Like I've played this out in my head hundreds of times. It's just I think things are gonna go downhill, and to remain in the girlfriend stages kind of keeps them on their toes, honestly. And I get to keep proving myself to them, and she will continue to be, just on a best behavior. Because I've seen signs, right? Honestly, where once that ring goes on, it's over. Like, that's it. And that's the one power I'm not willing to give away. You can call me selfish, but again, it's being smart, it's being well educated, and it's also being around for a while to understand the dynamics of this game, right? But also neediness, right? Neediness. There's a fine line between neediness, self-respect, and disrespect. And so something as cordial as, hey, I texted you once. If you didn't text me back and you text me 2-3 days later, how do you respond to that? Do you respond with, I'm pissed at you? Why didn't you text me back? Where were you last 3 days? No. You take your time before you text back. Do not double, triple, quadruple text, because that's where you go wrong. And that's where I've made mistakes in the past. It just means that I don't have other things to do. And you can't make someone, your entire life. It doesn't work that way. That's way too needy. That's way too needy. Even I don't like that. No one person is your God. No one person is your life. No one person is your everything. Leave that to the movies. That's what Disneyland is for. Disney makes us believe all of that. Real life is not like that. Real life, dumb it down. Everyone takes a piss. Everyone takes a poop, right? We're all humans. There's other biological things, like different sexes, right? So we're all very much human. And when you look at it that way, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Don't be so hung up about the finished, the final answer, the final product. It'll come to you. When you don't chase it, it'll come to you. So that's my little rant on neediness, desperation. And we could be doing, a lot of us stay in this phase for quite some time, and it takes away a lot of time. It's an energy suck, right? It's an energy zap. Think about it. It drains us, isn't it? It's draining. It's like games. Text, leave it, move on. It also means you can talk to other people. Okay? That's what it means. It just means you can talk to other people. And I made this mistake. In one of my videos, I talk about one-itis. This girl I met, really, she was a dime that I met. We dated for 6 months. And you can check that out. It's on my channel. So, okay, folks, that's, I got 3 videos in. I got a good cardio endurance. My lungs, I feel great. I'm going to chop it here, cut, and head back home. And hopefully you find inspiration. Thanks for joining in on the channel. I love you all. And let's keep it going. Get your walk in. Next video. Mamba out.